Hey everybody, my name is Agent Psycho, aka Sniper98, and this is the beginning of my tutorial video for Origins patch number 1.7.8.5, which is a very long name, but whatever. In this tutorial video, I'll be showing you the new, or all the confirmed locations of all the new helicopter spawns, which include the HC3 Merlin, which as you can see I'm flying right now, and the, what was the other one? The Czech MI-17ISH or something like that. So, yeah, so if you guys don't know, in this new patch, we have two new helicopters. Well, one of them is this one right here, the Merlin, but they removed it because there was a glitch with the helicopter where it was glitched somehow. If you want to know the full details upon that, I'm pretty sure it's not that hard to find out. But in any case, it was glitched and it was removed from 1.7.8. They put it back into the game as of the 8.5 patch, the 7.8.5 that is, and they also put in a new Czech MI-17ISH or something like that helicopter, which is basically a buffed variant of the MI-17, the Army one with the machine guns on it. But in any case, I'll be showing you guys around the location spawns for those, and on top of which I'll be giving my opinions on these helicopters and what I think about them. So, without further ado, let's move on forward and take you to all the locations of these new helicopters. Alright, so the first helicopter that we'll be searching for, or showing the locations for, is the HC3 Merlin. As you guys can see, I'm flying it in the air right now. It's on auto hover. Where you can find one of them. There are two confirmed Merlins on the map. There is a rumor, or I have heard a rumor, that there are actually three on the map, but where the third one is, not really too sure. But as far as I can tell, there are only two. First one of which is on this island where there says this little 55 number on it. It's actually north of Helfenburg, so just go straight north from it, or northeast if you want to be nitpicky. And it's basically on this island right here. It seems like all the new helicopters these days, including the ones that have been introduced as of the 7.7 patch, where they actually flipped the helicopter spawns. It seems like they moved all of them towards these remote islands over here. So this is where this one that I'm flying right now spawns. As you guys can see, I've been here because that MI-17, I flew it over here in order to grab this one. So this is where you can find this particular Merlin helicopter, and if you'll excuse me, we'll fly over to the other one, which most of you guys might already know about. And welcome back. This time, if we'll check our map right here, we are now in the town of Gord. For those guys who have known about the HC3 Merlin before it was removed in 7.8, you guys already know this spawn. For the guys who don't know, however, I will show you right now. Hey, what's up, Ivan? Sup, Ivan? So as you can see, there's a Merlin right there sitting behind the rail tracks. The HC3 Merlin, or the second one rather, can be found here behind these railroad tracks in the town of Gord. So that's where you can find the second Merlin. So let's go up to it and see what it has for us. Check it out a little bit. So as you guys can tell, this is the Gord, or the, there we go. Ooh, this one has a foul in it. Sweet. Just so you guys know, most vehicles don't actually spawn with weapons like this in Origins. This was just a special script that the dev team ran, so that just a one-time script where every single vehicle in the entire map spawns with a FAL or a Mark 16 or 17 variant. Kind of weird, but I have my opinions on it. But now's not the video for that. But anyways, ignoring the night vision FAL. This is its repair list. It spawns with a few intact pieces of glass. Its H rotor's okay, but it's at 14%, so you might want to fix that. But 3 of its glasses are green. It takes 6 glass, and it takes 3 scrap metal. It's got an additional status called hull, which a lot of helicopters don't actually have. This is because the Merlin is just such a huge goddamn helicopter that it actually takes 3. It requires 3 scrap metal to fix instead of just 2, which is which is what most helicopters require. Not the Merlin, it takes 3. So 3 scrap metal, 1 engine, 1 main rotor assembly, and 6 glass. Although 3 of the glasses are still relatively good condition, so you just really need 3 if you want to take it off the ground. So you guys go. Other than that, let's go inside the pilot and show you guys around what's on the interior. So obviously it's not really. This is what it looks like when it's broken, I guess. So back seat. There you go. So as you guys can see, it's pretty spacious back here. I mean, the Merlin was intended to be like a passenger helicopter to begin with, so that's why it holds so many. If you count the seats, it can seat a total of 16 people, 14 in the back right here, and 2 in the front. 1 pilot and 1 back seat, obviously. 1, 2, 5, 9, and however many there's right here. Yeah. So if we get out here, hi zombie, you go ahead and die. And also, another thing that's pretty interesting is that if you go up to the doors on the sides, you can actually close them. Not that it really does. Not that it really matters. Not that it really does anything as far as I'm concerned. But it's something cool, I guess. It's not like you need to have them open or to access the helicopter. It's just something fancy, I guess, for lack of a better term. So yeah, let's go back to our own Merlin because that's what we're using. So as I'm running back there, I'll take some time to talk about the Merlin a little bit, if you guys have never flown the Merlin before. The Merlin is an extremely good helicopter, let's just say that for a fact. It flies extremely well. It actually, surprisingly enough, even though it does seem very heavy and very bulky, I mean, its size is one of its only downsides. The fact that, you know, it's just so bulky, and if you're based out in some really confined area, it's going to be hard to, you know, keep it away and keep it hidden if you're on a PvP server. But other than that, I mean, there's really no downside to having the Merlin. Really, its size is the only downside, because it's, I mean, look at this thing, it's just fucking massive. That's what she said too, but, I mean, we gotta be real here. Other than that, though, it flies very, very well. I've usually fly MI-17s, and if you guys have ever flown MI-17s before on Armor 2 or DayZ, whatever, you'll know that it's a good vehicle, or it's a good helicopter, but its major downsides are the fact that it's kind of hard to control because it's, you know, it's really bulky. It's a big helicopter, and sometimes it just doesn't, especially when you're in an auto hover and you want to try to make a good landing, especially in like a really, you know, tight spaces or whatever. You'll know that it tends to drift a lot. It doesn't like to obey your commands very well, and overall, just flying through the air is fine, but you know, landing and maybe taking off might be a pain. This one has none of those problems. The Merlin doesn't really have any problems that the MI-17 has. In fact, it's kind of like the MH-60S, one of the new helicopters that they introduced to 7.8, where it has the maneuverability of a Huey, but the top speed of the MI-17. In fact, the Merlin, since I'm gonna go show you the other spawn, which is over here at the UN base, or actually it's not exactly at the UN base, it's actually behind it at the air traffic control tower, or the ATCs. As I'm flying over there, you will notice that the Merlin gets an easy top speed of 300, and you could go far above that. One of my friends on another server of mine even got up to like 400, but that was only because he went over a mountain and it just went straight down. So the Merlin can reach an easy top speed of like 300, anywhere from 300 to like freaking 350 kilometers an hour. So its top speed and acceleration is extremely good. That and its maneuverability is top notch. Like I said, it turns on a dime. It's kind of like the Huey in that respect, and you know, it just handles very, very well. And on top of that, it has a good top speed. So if you really want to get somewhere quickly by air, well, obviously going by air is fastest, but if you really want to get somewhere fast, better have the Merlin on you, because I think that the Merlin is probably the most efficient vehicle as far as, you know, air transportation is concerned in DayZ Origins now. So as you guys can see, I mean, I'm not even that high off the ground, and I'm already reaching like 250 kilometers an hour. With the MI-17, you could try to pull that off, but it'd be kind of dangerous, especially at, you know, 140 meters in altitude. Normally, I'd only reach 250 kilometers an hour when I'm up in, like, you know, somewhere in 200, 300 meters up in the air. But this one, the Merlin, no problem. I've also noticed that it tends to be very stable. Like, it's unlike the MI-17, where if you don't control it properly, if you don't mind it at all times, it can get out of hand. But the Merlin, it's just very, very stable. I can just let it go like this, and it can keep, well, not really necessarily keep, but it can maintain its altitude very, very well. So again, it's very, very fast. It's very good. Obviously it's very well armored too. The only downsides are its size and the fact that it's kind of really loud. I've noticed that I've been able to hear my friend's Merlin from like fucking 300 or 400 meters away, and I'm not really too sure that's accurate, but it's very loud. So that's the only two drawbacks though about the Merlin, the fact that it's very loud and it's just really, really huge. So hiding it on a PvP server might be a little bit difficult. And also, if you guys notice on the bottom of the Merlin, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Oh yeah, there comes the wheels. So if you the Merlin is pre-programmed to the game where if you reach below a certain altitude, when you're near the ground or something like that, it will actually deploy its landing wheels, which it's kind of like the doors where it's not really necessary, but it's cool. All right, so now that I'm done talking about the Merlin, let's go ahead and introduce the new helicopter, or the other new helicopter, the Czech MI-17ISH, not ISH. My friends and I just call this the Czech MI-17ISH because that's kind of what it kind of reads like. But anyways, as you can see, this one is kind of a bitch to fix up. It doesn't require a third scrap metal like the Merlin does, but instead it requires 8 glass. Like, this is crazy. 6 glass and two glasses at the very bottom, right glass and left glass. I'm not really too sure what they're for, but this one's a pain in the ass to fix up. So this basically brings your materials total, or list, so to say, in order to fix up the MI-17 or the Czech MI-17 up to 1 engine, 1 main rotor assembly, 2 scrap metal, and 8 glass. And the worst thing about it is that, as you guys can see, they're all at 0%. So it's not like the Merlin where you can get away with not fixing the some of the other glasses, but this one you just can't get away with it. It's just you have to fix up all of them, or good luck trying to put fuel into it. Lol. So, like I said, this is MI-17ISH. That's why I like to call it that. So as you can see, the main difference between this and the original MI-17, the one with, this one has a night vision foul too, between this and the yellow camo MI-17 with the PKTs on it, is the fact that if you look on the back here, it's got a rear gun. So not only does it have, or actually, it did have, the MI-17 did have a rear gun, but it didn't have 2 crew doors. So as you can see, there's a door gunner right here. Oh, go to first person. Door gunner right here. There's also the rear gunner, which you can shoot out the back, and there's a chief gunner, which is on the side. So it has 2 side guns and 1 rear gun, which is very, very good if you guys have a pretty big party and you absolutely need to kill something up in the air. The Czech MI-17 is probably your best bet. It's got 3 guns. They're all loaded with PKTs. I believe they have the anti-air sights. Yep, they do, just like on the regular MI-17. And it's got a handy-dandy, very good rear gun, which is kind of different from the original MI-17, where it'd be on this corner. But on the MI-17ISH, it's on this one. It's directly backwards. So, yeah. So again, the MI-17ISH is just basically a buff variant of the MI-17, the regular one anyway. As you guys can see, it's got the same, it's got 250 item slots, 100 weapon slots, and 10 backpack slots. So, there you guys go. It just requires like 2 more glass. Actually, it technically requires 3 more glass because the MI-17 spawns with 1 glass already intact. So there you guys go. I've never actually been able to fly one, but because it's an MI-17 variant helicopter, I'd assume that, or I'm assuming that it flies pretty similarly to the original MI-17. So there you guys go. And then the Merlin, on the other hand, fits 250, 100 weapons, and 15 backpacks. So I guess in that respect, the Merlin is slightly better. Alright. There we go. And lastly, I'll take you guys over to the other MI-17, or Czech MI-17 spawn. So we'll see you guys in a few. And welcome back. We are now sitting on the western island in the Baltic Sea from Sector B. Now, for obvious reasons, since we're so close to Sector B, this helicopter may be a little bit dangerous to get, but as long as you're nowhere near the island itself, you should be fine. As you guys can tell, like I said already, we're on this island right here, and if we look down there, there it is. There is the second Czech MI-17ISH on this island. Now, again, I don't know if there's a 3rd chopper, but it really seems like the dev teams for Origins really intends there to be 2 of each helicopter on the map, except for the Hueys, because there's 2 on the normal islands, and there's 2 on Sector B itself. So, yeah, these are where you can find all the new helicopters, the Merlin and the Czech MI-17. Well, again, the Merlin, you can find this one on the island over here, and over near Gord down here next to railroad tracks, and you can find the Czech MI-17ISHs at the ATC next to UN base, and one over here on this island next to Sector B. So, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Once again, if this helped, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope this video has helped you guys in finding these helicopters you guys were having a hard time trying to scout out what they were. And yeah, thanks for watching, and more DayZ videos to come soon. So, thanks all for watching. We will see you guys later.